Today we're going to make a one-pan sirloin tipped steak with a garlic herb potatoes. Alright, to get started we're going to start off with our seasoning spice. For our seasoning spice we're going to use 1 tablespoon of garlic powder. This recipe is going to have a ton of flavor. 1 tablespoon of onion powder. 1 tablespoon of paprika or smoked paprika. We're going to do 1 teaspoon of cumin. As you can tell, we always have a helper whenever we're cooking. Half a teaspoon of cayenne pepper. 2 teaspoons of kosher salt. And 1 teaspoon of black pepper. Gonna mix that together so those are all nice and even. We've got 1.5 pounds of sirloin steak here. And we're going to cut this into 1-inch cubes. Once we get our steak cut into those cubes, we're going to place that into our bowl. We're going to top that with 2 tablespoons full of olive oil. And I'm just going to mix that up a little bit. Make sure those are all nice and coated. Top that with half of our spice mixture. Mix it up. And we're going to let this sit on the counter anywhere from 15 minutes to 1 hour. Now while the meat is marinating, we're going to take 1 pound of potatoes and we're going to peel them and cut them again into 1-inch squares. Cut these into the 1-inch squares. Once we get them cut into the 1-inch squares, you want to put them on some kind of plate or serving plat. Once we get them all cut, I probably cut those a little bit smaller than the 1 inch, but just 1 inch you want to do. You want to take about 1 teaspoon of kosher salt and sprinkle over all your potatoes. And then we're going to cook these in the microwave. We're going to start off with about 4 minutes. We want them to be tender whenever they're, we're just going to cook them to tender. After 15 minutes or so, we're going to put just a little bit of olive oil in the bottom of our pan. Spread that out. And we're going to cook our meat until it's nice and done. Alright, we have gotten our potatoes out of the microwave. They are tender for the fork. We're going to take our beef here, pour it onto a pan, stick that back on, put another couple of tablespoons of olive oil in our pan as I sling olive oil all over the stove. I'm sure Mom doesn't mind. To that we got another 2 tablespoons of butter, and we're going to add 4 teaspoons of minced garlic. I love the smell of garlic. Our seasoning mix that we have here, we're going to go ahead and pour it over our potatoes here. We'll kind of toss that, what we had left. Just a little bit. It's not, you have to do it really well because in all reality, it's just going to go in this mixture over here. We're going to leave that on pretty much a medium to medium low heat. We'll pour our potatoes, all that spice mixture into the pan, stir it, and now we're going to cook this for roughly 10 minutes. Alright, after your Potatoes are finished cooking. We'll make sure that's on a lower heat so that way we don't burn them. We'll put our beef back in there. And 2 more tablespoons of butter. We're going to cook this just for another minute or 2. Basically what we want to do is, with that butter, once it gets melted and everything is coated with butter, we're done. We kind of want that buttery taste to it. Put it on our platter. There we go. It's an easy 1 skillet meal that your entire family will love. We hope you like this recipe. Please take a moment to like, subscribe, and share.